Imagine your government announced a brand new tax on you, one that takes more money from poor families than from rich ones, quietly baked into the price of almost everything you buy. And most people never even realize they're paying it. A tariff is a tax that a government charges on goods imported from another country. A company in China sells sneakers to a US retailer for $50. The US government charges a 25% tariff. That adds $12.50, paid at the border by the American importer. The standard argument from governments is, the foreign country pays. But economists and years of hard data tell a very different story. The New York Federal Reserve found that nearly 90% of the economic burden of the 2025 tariffs fell on US firms and consumers, not foreign exporters. The 2025 tariff wave was historic. But at the start of 2025, the average US tariff rate was just 2.6%. By late 2025, Yale University's budget lab estimated it had jumped to 22.5%, the highest since 1909. So did prices go up? Absolutely. Core goods prices rose 1.5% in the first 6 months of 2025. In the same period of 2024, just 0.3%. And specific categories got hammered. Shoes up 39%, clothes up 17%, food up 3%, and cars, an extra $4,000 on the average vehicle. Harvard Business School's pricing lab tracked daily prices on over 350,000 products at major US retailers. They found prices started rising within days of the March 2025 tariff announcements. Not months, days. Here's why tariffs are called a hidden tax. Income tax, you see it on your payslip. Sales tax, it shows up at the register. But tariff costs, already baked into the sticker price. The importer pays the duty, adds it to the wholesale price, the retailer adds their margin on top, and by the time it reaches you, the tariff has completely disappeared inside what looks like a normal price. And it's not just imported goods. Even domestically made products get more expensive because domestic manufacturers use imported raw materials, steel, aluminum, electronics components. When tariffs raise those input costs, domestic producers raise their prices too. Harvard confirmed domestic goods also rose around 3% on average in 2025. There's also a stealth effect the official data doesn't capture at all. Sometimes, instead of raising prices, retailers simply stop carrying cheaper imported goods. You don't see inflation, you just see fewer choices. Your favorite affordable brand disappears. Your welfare declines, and it never shows up in any price index. Now here's the part that should make every finance-minded person sit up straight. Tariffs are what economists call a regressive tax, meaning lower-income people pay a higher proportion of their income than wealthy people. And what happened in 2025 was extreme. Yale University's budget lab ran the numbers. For households in the bottom 10% by income, tariffs reduced their real after-tax income by 2.45%. For the top 10%, just 0.77%. The poorest Americans faced a burden more than 3 times as severe as the richest, as a share of income. University of Michigan economist Justin Wolfers called it the most regressive tax in modern American history. In raw dollar terms, a household in the bottom decile lost around $920 per year, as a top decile household lost $3,871. More dollars, yes, but as a fraction of a wealthy family's income, barely a rounding error. For a poor family, that $920 is groceries, it's school supplies, it's rent money. And here's the cruel irony. The cheapest product varieties, the ones poor families buy, rose 5% on average. That's double the rate of premium products, which rose just 2.5%. Budget buyers pay more. Wealthy buyers barely notice. The system punishes you for being poor. And it doesn't stop there. When the US raises tariffs, trading partners hit back. The EU, China, Canada, they all impose counter tariffs on American exports. Yale estimates US exports fell 16% below trend by end of 2025. American farmers, manufacturers, and exporters lose their overseas markets. Everyone loses. To understand how serious this is, consider the history. The Smoot-Hawley tariffs of 1930 helped turn a recession into the Great Depression. Today's effective U.S. tariff rate of 22.5% is back at those same levels. The last time America was here, the economy collapsed. That's not a scare tactic, that's history. So what does this mean for your personal finances? 4 things. 1. Budget for tariff inflation in clothing, food, and electronics. 2. Time your big purchases carefully, especially cars. 3. Diversify your income beyond a single salary. And 4. Stay financially literate. Because understanding this stuff protects you when governments make decisions that quietly cost you money. Let's recap. 1. 90% of tariff burden falls on Americans, not foreign countries. 2. Tariff rate hit 22.5%, highest since 1909. 3. Poorest households bear a burden 3 times heavier than the richest. 4. Cheapest goods rose double the rate of premium goods. 5. Tariffs added 0.7 percentage points to U.S. inflation by September 2025. Tariffs are not paid by foreign countries. They are paid by ordinary people at the checkout, at the dealership, at the grocery store. And the less you earn, the heavier that burden is relative to your income. If this video opened your eyes, like and subscribe. It helps this channel keep producing research-backed finance content. I'll see you in the next one.